Did you kick this stuff? You touched this stuff. All that we have for you today. So, carrying everyone along who's just joining us live on Facebook, on YouTube, I am Honorable Richard Nadi, the founder and the CEO of SWIFTtrip. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of us joining us now. Okay, so to the hub admins in the house with us live on this call, thank you very much for all you do. And to you joining us today for the very first time, thank you so much for believing in that idea someone shared to you. Your belief might not be complete at this point because you heard it and you decided, oh, let me come see and hear something about this idea. There were so many persons who were told about this. Hearing it, they said, I beg, leave that and they don't come again. But you decided to come know. So I say thank you to you. And is it the able shareholders of SWIFTtrip who are actively campaigning throughout this process, sharing this innovation to everyone out there. God bless you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. I can't thank you enough. Hub admins, God bless you. You are staking your reputation. Thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. I am Honorable Richard Tanade once again, the founder and the CEO of SWIFTtrip. To you following us through on Facebook, to you following us on YouTube, share this information you're getting today with your friends and family, with your prospects out there. It's going to be awesome. So being live on Telegram and being live on Facebook, we who are here on Telegram, we are the ones to make that Facebook shares and the YouTube shares awesome today. Share. Today, we are not going to stop this sharing until we hit 200 shares. Use SWIFTtrip to disturb the people on Facebook. Let them know something's happening. Soonest we'll be pursuing 1K shares, 1,000 shares. Let's start with 200. Are you with me? So if you're here and you love SWIFTtrip and it's your desire to see that SWIFTtrip happens, please share to everybody. We are the ones to make SWIFTtrip happen. God will not come down from heaven to make it happen. Are you with me? So let's make it happen together. What is SWIFTtrip? SWIFTtrip is a decentralized mobility and commerce service providing business. When we use the word decentralized, we're telling you that this is built on the blockchain. And I won't be here to teach you about the Web 3.0, the blockchain, the decentralization. What I'm here to tell you about is SWIFTtrip. So if you want more information about decentralized apps, decentralized business, things built on the blockchain, please Google that. There are loads of information that can guide you through. So talking about, I want to listen about to my definition again, a decentralized mobility. Mobility here is divided in two: the air transportation and the road transportation. As you can see on my slide, if you're here on Telegram, and as well, you've seen that on Facebook, okay? Air transportation, when I talk about that, I'm not telling you we're coming to buy aircrafts and then we load in other airports. No, we are going to build our own airports, starting from Nigeria. And then we scale global. Are you with me? People would say, this thing is capital intensive. We know it's capital intensive, and we're going to raise the capital. One thing you should ask from God when he gives you a vision, the next thing, you should ask for the power to raise the money needed. It's money that makes the vision happen. But there is something very strategic about SWIFTtrip that we've come to understand. That it's not money that makes the business to thrive. It is people. Money is needed to build it, to establish it. What will make it go viral? It's people, not money. Money will help you do the adverts. You will spend, if you go for the people, if you go for the adverts, that money you would raise, you might spend half of it back into adverts. People think we are playing right now. We are campaigning SWIFTtrip. I want you to take very good observation of what we're doing. Why other companies will bring maybe 10 billionaires and they build that business, they launch it. Why won't the billionaires start patronizing the business? Because they can't make the business succeed. They need the people. SWIFTtrip is preparing that market. We're not going to launch business and we start looking for the market. Are you with me? We will build it, and then market is already established. We're building on the market. So this campaign we're doing right now, telling you, come join us build an airport. Come join us build an e-taxi business. Don't look at it that we are struggling. No, we are campaigning. Anybody you tell about SWIFTtrip that hears it today, you're watching me now, you're hearing me, I'm telling you, come, let's build an airport, and you're there smiling. Say, I beg you, we don't hear it before. Don't worry. By the time it's done, you will understand that every great thing starts small. Every big thing you see today, it was once low, it was once unknown. Every celebrity you know today was once unknown. If I mention to you now Obi Kubana, you know him, right? Let's say Obi Kubana needs 5 million people to give him 500,000 naira to do something he might call a project. How long do you think it will take him to do it? 5 months is done though. Why? That is what they call reputation. So some people want to go celebrate somebody out there in his glory. Remember, you didn't know him a time ago. That was the time he was in his time of what? Building the story. It was a story. 10 years after SWIFTtrip is launched, let me shock you. In Rivers State here, where the CEO resides, 10 years after the launch of SWIFTtrip, SWIFTtrip has been doing business over 10 years. That 10th year, there will be a person in Rivers State hearing about SWIFTtrip services for the very first time. Are you with me? For the very first time. What happened to that person? That person was a guru on Facebook, but grace never picked that person to be part of the story of that business. He had it in the massive realm of glory. Don't miss SWIFTtrip. Grace found you. You're hearing it today. It's grace that brought this information to you. Should I shock you? You're just hearing it today. You heard it yesterday. We've been here since 2021. Why? What happened? Why didn't you hear it since then? It is the sign to let you know that many, on the day this opportunity is over, come, let's build an airport. Pay this also amount to build it with us. a day is coming, that time, that phase of the campaign will be over. And when it's done, on that very day, somebody will be there begging, please, I just heard it today. I just heard it today. If only that I would be able to be part of this. Please, please, please. They just told me now. If I have heard it since, I would have been part of it. Congratulations that it's not you. Rather than making good use of the opportunity, you are analyzing when the CEO run away with people's money. Any analysis in SWIFTtrip ends up in regret. Do you know why? You will still see me here tomorrow talking about the same business. So some people will say, very soon he will shut up and get out. Don't mind him. He's talking now. Only those who know me since 2021, when it was in its zero state, they know that tomorrow I will show up. So anyone who thinks that by tomorrow I will shut up, you will come buy this same thing. Sold today for $100, you buy it for 200 million naira. Approximately in dollars, $200,000. What we're building is massive. Don't joke, don't undermine it when it is intangible. By the time you have paid the price with me, we pay this price of patience, the price of receiving insults from people, the price of walking and treading through the path of uncertainty. That's a massive sacrifice to pay. We pass through that process of being not sure. You ask me when, I tell you in a blink, we have got 2.4 million people. That's height of uncertainty. Jack Ma, when they ask him when, he says soon. When? Soon. When? Soon. Took him 14 years to establish an e-commerce. Today, they are paying him millions of dollars just to stand to talk about business. That was a man who was once rejected by all. Don't miss SWIFTtrip. Don't miss SWIFTtrip. If you do, you won't forget the name SWIFTtrip. Thank you, Mr. Austin Undubisi. I see your comment now on Facebook saying, SWIFTtrip is non-negotiable. Grab your shares when you can. When you can, yes, it's still affordable now. Because a time is close when you will not be able to afford it anymore. That's from Mr. Austin, from Undubisi, from Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. When I know people, I try to know you even by your state. Regardless with what's on my head, I still try to at least catch some details about us. Definitely, I won't know the 2.4 million of us, but at least those who are active pioneers, I try. But that's why when you join this Telegram meeting for the first time, I would see you and say, this name, I'm not so familiar with you. For instance, I called Mr. Okoye at the beginning of this. I said, Mr. Okoye, how are you doing? This should be your second time because I've seen his name, and he confirmed that it's his second time. Oh, God. Let's make something great happen. Keep leaving your comments on the, go to Facebook now, we are live. Leave your comments there. Because when you put comments up there, people understand what is happening. It gives them the understanding, a clue of this thing is massive. Don't just leave your CEO like that and he's here talking and vibrating. Go help him put comments up there. Share, share, share. Let me see this now and see how many shares we've got. I said we're not stopping. We're not stopping until we hit 200 shares today. Let's see. Just 6 shares. Just 6 shares. Please, please, please. 200 shares. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. 200. Don't stop at 1. You share it once. We're not looking for 200 people to share it. Only 30 of us in this meeting will do that 200 shares. Share. Let people in your group, in your platforms, let them hear. Share it to your page. Share it to your profiles. 200 shares. Here we go. Thank you for your great support, able shareholders of SWIFTtrip. We bounce right to the top. Yes, that's from Mr. Gideon Ogbonna. He said $1 billion projects that will shock the world in a blink. Thank you for that review. It's certainly going to happen. Don't miss SWIFTtrip. So I've given you the mobility side of SWIFTtrip, right? Now the commerce. I say decentralized mobility and commerce. Commerce here is divided in two. Just like we have Jumia, we have what's the name? Konga. We have Alibaba. All these are customers. I mean, these are markets in the space, in the cloud. That's the largest form of market today. My God. Why there will be, let's use OME. There's a market called OME here in River State. It's limited. No matter how large it is, there's number of people that can enter. It will be jam-packed over food. So there's limits to the shops that can be opened. You don't even go there today. I don't think you will see space to rent. Occupied. But in the global market space, when we talk about the e-commerce, unlimited. You see this app we're building, this platform, that's going to, we say 2.4 million shareholders. All of them, if you like, open 10 shops, display different goods. There will be no day, if we are now ranking shops in the billions of shops open, there will be no day that the company will say, we're having too much traffic. Too much traffic. So please, don't open shops anymore. We are jam-packed. No, shops can be. It will never happen. Many might not understand what we're building. Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Say, glory be to God Almighty for His grace that brought the information about SWIFTtrip since October 20th, 2023. He has been with us. He said, immediately I subscribed. Immediately I subscribed to be a shareholder. The next day, that was October 21st. Let me click on see more. He says, please don't miss this golden opportunity of becoming a shareholder today when it is cheap and affordable. You know, many people have opportunity to see this when it's cheap. Maybe, for instance, you've seen it now, $100 to own SWIFTtrip, and then you'll be looking at $100 to own an airport, $100 to own an e-commerce business, $100 to own e-commerce. I beg you, leave that thing. It's not going to happen. You undermine it because it's cheap. My God, don't miss something great. Don't miss something great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our shares is increasing. Yes, 11 shares. Thank you, able shareholders of SWIFTtrip. You are making it happen. And then we have beautiful comments also coming up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep sharing, keep leaving your reviews. I will always be keeping us up to date on what's happening. That's Mr. Chuk. He said, bricks by bricks, a house is built. SWIFTtrip is currently building a global project that will raise trillionaires, bricks by bricks. Thank you for that awesome and laudable comments. We appreciate you. And then I move on to show us, okay, in the e-commerce, when a person buys, what's the next challenge? That person is waiting for his product. So the seller is in pressure to deliver that goods to the buyer. We create that challenge by establishing a market. And that challenge we have created gives us more profit. When people wait, how do you think DHL is getting its money? How do you think AliExpress, how do you think Ops is making money and having aircrafts filled everywhere? People will do business in Jumia. They help them deliver. In SWIFTtrip, we don't need any external logistic companies out there. We, as SWIFTtrip, delivers that goods. Do you know the kind of massive wealth we'll be generating? Oh, my God. We can't overemphasize on the beauty of this. Aviation, e-taxi, e-commerce, logistics, blockchain, decentralized payment system. And I show you here, please media, you can also put this up. You see the aviation business, Elpis, Arik. This is an example of what people are saying we cannot accomplish. These people having it, are they not human beings, please? Aren't they human beings? We put examples there. Elpis, Eric, they have it, right? Then let's look at the e-taxi. Uber, Bolt is there. If I allow you to mention all those companies, excess, there are thousands of them out there. Is it Amazon and Jumia? Is it DHL or Ops in the logistics business? All of these are business functioning. We're not coming to try if there is profit. We have Astor giving us a comment here. It says, they have eyes but cannot see. They have ears but they cannot hear. That's exactly what will happen to some people who heard about SWIFTtrip. When you tell somebody about SWIFTtrip, that person won't forget the name SWIFTtrip. What's coming? What's coming? People can say, I heard about Zoom, I missed it. I heard about, what's the name, Uber, and I missed it. What's coming in SWIFTtrip? People won't have the audacity to say, that regret will be inside. Because if you open your mouth and tell your children that these things established by SWIFTtrip, I had the opportunity to be part of it, but I was thinking, I wanted to be too sure. Oh, now that you are too sure, what's the repercussion of that? You can never be so sure. Thank you, Tasodun Astor, for that awesome review. Please leave your comments. I'm waiting to see the comments of our hub admins in the house today. Yes, Malachi Phillips says, SWIFTtrip is soon on a mission to liberate people from financial embarrassment, all the way from Abuja. Thank you, Malachi Phillips. And yes, keep leaving your review of where you're connecting from. And we have Olalekan. SWIFTtrip is a God-sent. It's a God-sent entity to savage the world at the moment. And we bounce right to the top. And then we have Stephen Odun. He says we bounce. And then Madam Christie, the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Lagos State. Say, Christie watching from Lagos. SWIFTtrip is a real, honest, genuine, and reputable business for people with integrity. Join now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I assure you, people who are franchising their offices, taking their reputation with SWIFTtrip worldwide, and you who's campaigning SWIFTtrip will make you proud. There will be no atom of tears in SWIFTtrip. From the day you join this global business, from that day onward, you should be in profit. Are you with me? You should be in massive profit. Leave those Pomsy things alone. If Pomsy has not dealt with you, go and try it now. Hub admins, shareholders, don't invite people to SWIFTtrip and then you are still distracting them with Pomsy. Please, stay focused. Those kind of things will land you into problems that will finally distract you and shift your focus finally. And by the time you have regained your balance back, you would see how much feet that this train has left you behind. Oh my God. When will SWIFTtrip launch? SWIFTtrip is giving 5% shares. Take note of this. The launch of SWIFTtrip is in a milestone. It's not a date. You can't be building something this massive, something this robust, and you fix a date. We will launch December 2024. People will be asking you, give us a date. Please tell them. If you won't follow the process, leave it. We're not here to cajole anybody. We'll tell you as it is. It's a milestone. Follow the process. Before, as this milestone is getting to accomplishment, all the necessary funds needed, it's done. We have it. And then it's done. And I love the way we're moving with SWIFTtrip. We are not gathering the money. As it's coming, we're putting it into project. Putting it into the project. You won't come and see 500 million in SWIFTtrip account. What is it doing there? 200 million. What is it doing there, please? Inside, going straight to work. I'll tell you, we will launch December 2024. You will see everybody keep their money. December 2024, they will start chatting me. It has not launched. It has not launched. Don't know how funny human beings could be. Where's the money? You kept the money and you want to see your film magic. So this process we are going through, it is dynamic. It will catch people unawares. They say we will not. Before they will blink, one day we are celebrating on our platform. SWIFTtrip is a done deal. I want to join. It's over. It's over. When you show a person this thing I want to show you now, they will tell you it will take 10 years. It will take 20 years. You ask them, and so what? If it takes that long, and so? Do you know why you should ask them? If a person says this thing will take 10 years, I want you to think first. 10 years from today, you become an owner of an airport, and you say it was too long. Didn't you go to university? Maybe you studied medicine. It took you 7 years. When you entered, it seems as if you will not come out. Some went to school 4 years. Now they are still looking for a job. Are you with me? Aha. Oh, my God. Job is not the answer. Those salary you get, does it last for you 1 week? You see yourself already trying to find how to sort it. Build a business today. pass through the suffering, fine. It should not last forever. You pass through it, and we get into that era where everything becomes on autopilot. People make use of your services worldwide. You're making massive wealth. Massive wealth. 5% given to the shareholders of SWIFTtrip. I mean, on every transaction done as a business, 5% goes to people who build business. And everything. So 3% is given to the note holders. Out of that 5%, 2% will be for the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Stakeholders are persons who come into SWIFTtrip with, subscribing to the larger portion of the profit share available. And who are the note holders? The note holders are subscribers who subscribe to SWIFTtrip in the minimum available profit share volume. So let's look at this. Each note holder gets 0.5015%. It's calculated by the nodes. The launch is calculated by the nodes. Why? Because we'll be having, on that unit, everybody owns 1 unit. So it's very clear. The calculation is clear. The stake has 7 units. So there is no way we can calculate how many persons is going to come on that. So we're calculating by 3%. Now look at it. 3% is the box share of SWIFTtrip. 1 person owns the nodes, and you are in possession of 0.5015%. That means anywhere trip is done, in China, in India, in Ghana, in Congo, in Togo, in Nigeria, in UK, in US, you are making money. Are you with me? You make 0.5015% of that transaction. It could be in cents, it could be in whatever. So minute that you might not be so happy about it, but a person wouldn't be happy, wouldn't be a person like Obasanjo who understands the power of kobo, cents. I will talk more about that. So if you divide 3 box shares by 0.5015%, what do you get? You get 2.4 million node units in that. That means 3. You take out 0.5015%, give it to 1 person. Take another, give it to... How many persons will consume it? 2.4 million will take out of that. And then 3% done. So that's why you hear us say 2.4 million units is this milestone to the launch. And how do you know when you become a shareholder? Go into your app. The first thing that hits you is the time, the minutes of the launch towards SWIFTtrip. So you are seeing it second per second. As the person joins, you see it there. 1 subscriber to 1 unit. That's why many will say, when they look at, how many are there now? We say 9,700. Say, it will take long. It will take 10 years. Go put a line on the path of life. 10 years from today, who will get there first? That man who says he wants to, SWIFTtrip is a heavy load. 10 years is too much. He's flying into 10 years, right? You carry heavy load, and you landed safely with your airports. I want to ask, who will be in regrets by then? And who will be in excitement that knows no bound? Is it the man who arrived empty, or is it the man who arrived heavy, loaded? The one who arrived loaded will say, thank God I followed the path. And the man who was laughing at you 10 years ago would then see the display of his foolishness. Today, I say, follow us foolishly. That person is claiming wise. By the time the world decorates you and call you wise, that man in his wisdom, that woman in her wisdom, would then see the foolishness and the wisdom he or she was displaying. Follow foolishly while you can. And let's build something massive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ifine says, SWIFTtrip will bounce right to the top. Don't miss SWIFTtrip. It looks like a dream. When you will wake up and see it running, don't miss it now. Still on the vision stage. Please, please, please don't miss it. We are begging today. A time will come, we say, stop. It's okay. It's okay. We don't need more. Yes, Robinson says, the sad reality is that many people are busy calculating the total amount of money that the CEO will raise from the 2.4 million units. Thank you. Thank you for that. You've reminded me something. And it says, these categories of people are missing out of the golden opportunity. You will tell a person with their negative mindset, they will go calculate 2.4 million units. My God, this CEO is a smart guy. Hey! You mean that this man will raise, he said $100, that is 100,000 naira times 2.5, that's 240 billion. This guy will cash out, oh. This guy is going to cash out. If you like, calculate that thing from now to tomorrow. The CEO will raise that money. Without you, are you with me? Without you, that money must be raised. The people who will raise it is the people that decide to hear it and they follow foolishly. Able shareholders of SWIFTtrip. We will raise the money and we get it done. That person's wisdom, by the time he has seen how smart he was when he went to calculate 2.4 million, he will realize, say, I did myself strong thing. We know who is the scammer. They told the man, come and invest in Coca-Cola, $10. The man said, I will not invest. Why? It's a scam. Today, who is the scammer? Seeing Coca-Cola performing massively. Who scammed who? Don't scam yourself. This comment shows that Mr. Robinson is actually prospecting. He has heard. Please, I want you to leave the reviews of comments that people are commenting. Don't just leave only the good ones. Don't leave the we bounce and everything. Leave what people are saying to us out there. We are passing through a process and keep people's opinion aside. Please just put some things. Some people will have told you that the CEO that is talking today will soon shut up, he will disappear, and the police people will bounce on you and arrest you. What? You will see a person who was active, that person will just go cold. Passion died. Keep your passion intact, too. Let your passion continue to move you, because if you allow that passion to go down, you will come back to see and you will say, hey, if I knew, I would have followed vibrantly. Some able shareholders will be, not able shareholders can regret this, because some shareholders who heard it, when it's done, they will say, oh, if I had known, I would have told my family members. I would have told my friends. I would have told everyone around me, oh, I wish this thing can restart now that I have seen the glory of it. It can never restart, though. God forbid that we pass through this process again. It's a one-time suffering, and nobody is ready to pass through this kind again. That's where the regret will happen, because they had the opportunity to follow. They messed it up. Any time wasted is a time you can never, ever recoup again. CEO will pass through this kind of struggle, pass through this kind of suffering, and then he will run away with change. Do you know what the CEO will be making? 1 month of this business running. 1 year. What's that capital? I tell you, so will make you $1 trillion, and I'll be enticed by hundreds of billions of naira, not even dollars. Wake up, oh. Wake up. Yeah, I see Madam Christie Akpabio. Okay, he said, I pity people that will miss this opportunity somehow. Yeah, and Madam Christie said, the payment now that we are still building, he says, it's making me so happy, joyous, and appreciating God every day that I'm part of this opportunity. And Mr. Robinson, thank you so much for that. He says, the absolute truth is that very soon, sooner than they may think, there will be a rush of SWIFTtrip shares. Certainly. And Mr. Victor said, Dr. Victor Nna, all the way from the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Abakaliki, he says, if you are interested to buy SWIFTtrip shares tomorrow, buy it now. Buy it today, because if you wait, you will buy it higher and you will be in regrets. That's why I say every analysis ends up in regret. He says, you may not be able to buy the shares again, no. He says, it is an opportunity of lifetime. Be that person. Let me see. He said, be that good father that will leave inheritance for his grandchildren through SWIFTtrip, because SWIFTtrip will make you proud. And Mr. Hanaf, the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Osun State, says, God be the glory. SWIFTtrip is really challenging lives. Yeah, is it challenging lives or changing lives? You want to put there? He said, even despite the operation not yet started, from Osun State Hub, many people are really making it big in the project now. You see many projects, they tell you when the project stage, SWIFTtrip inculcated a means whereby you make massive wealth even while we are in the vision process. And somebody is out there saying we are in the launch. You don't understand the power of collaboration. You don't understand. I don't know how to put it. Just be that person who understands what we're doing and you follow wholeheartedly and we'll make it happen. Yeah. He says, what do you think will happen after the launch of this project? Generally, wealth. He said, now the best time to join is now. Now, when you will tell a person, the person tell you, I beg you, leave that thing. This is the best time to join this business. And then we look at Obona. And he says, meet a man of, okay, maybe that's, you can rephrase it. Yes, Ambassador Jerry to the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in, let me see. Do I have an effect there? So my media team are really working on here. Thank you very much. I give you much appreciations on that. So let's go see it right from here. Yeah. I think this is what you needed. The media team needs it to be up for everyone to see the review here. Okay, let me go see more of that comment. Just a minute. I'm switching into the SWIFTtrip channel. Hope going into the channel won't give us that double sound again. All right. So let me see. Just patient. So I want you to be seeing the comments. That's what the media team wants us to do right here. Okay, let me do it this way. Hope I will be able to do that. All right. So I should see it from here. Okay, so thank you so much for that. Okay. All right, so can I see my screen now live? That will be able to help others. Okay, perfect. Beautiful enough. I think I'm loving this. All right, so you can see my screen, the red, as I read through the comments of our friends. I just want to understand where I stopped because I was going through another device, so I have to understand what I have read and what I have not read. Let me scroll a bit downward and see. SWIFTtrip is a generational. Okay, good. So I am reading from the bottom now. Sunday at Dewale. It says SWIFTtrip is a general or is a generation wealth creation or creator. Let me see. SWIFTtrip is a generation's wealth creator. Okay, you help me rephrase that because it's confusing me. The earlier you join, the better. Thank you so much. So don't worry about the feedback on that. The media would handle that repetition of the screen. Okay, so now let's proceed with what we're doing. When I want to read it, I'll come back to that page to read it again.